Silent fighter is designed to move with you, create the illusion that you have an opponent with you. Different distancing, different ranges. Left arm's a little further out, creating a left-handed or left-hand lead off a right-handed fighter. Right hand's a little bit shorter. This represents a knee coming up or a front kick coming in or a body shot, quite possibly even a thrusting line. The low line is movable. That way we can hook it, come inside, hook, and go to a different line. Or just pick it, sweep it, maybe blow the base. The base being the rear leg. Okay, so you can utilize this in a lot of different ways. What we want to do is give you an idea of the 4 angles attack working on here, or the 8 angles. We're going to introduce 4 first. Initially, we're going to go down with the time sign. So we're working down to the center mass here, making our cut, coming back out on each arm, and going inside, and going down to the leg. Sometimes going into the base, on the middle, on the high. You can change and pivot, move around this guy. It's up to you to use him how you feel it's necessary to develop that skill. So as you progress, you'll just start dancing, bobbing and weaving. Come out here and build your own dummy, pick up one for me, but chances are, if you do, you'll have someone to train with you just about all the time, okay? Back into angle 1 and 2. See, 1 and 2. Then 3 is coming for 4. From here you can thrust. Anytime you come off a slicing line, you can load it up. I don't want to get over redundant on this issue, but keep in mind, any slash, any thrust, any nick of the blade is what's going to do damage to your opponent. So that being the case, you hit here, you hit here, you hit here, hit there, take them both, you've done a lot of excessive damage. It's not necessarily that in an engagement, I'm going to go to here, work this guy like a butcher. It ain't about that. And if I do that, and the guy just was asking me to scratch his nuts or something for him, and it offended me, then I'm pretty much out of line. They're gonna lock my ass up, and you're gonna be in the cell next to me. And I think they give me knives and forks in prison. So that's probably not a good idea either. So instead of going out and being a wild man, I stay here, isolate myself, and work on my silent fighter with me. Angling coming down. There again, doesn't matter what the angle is. Number 1 is just a slashing down. It covers quite a broad basis. If I start from, say, the top of the head, cutting to his ear out here, I can also change that line instinctually just by rotating the wrist. We covered this earlier. Making the cut, rotating the wrist, loading for the thrust, coming back on the other side. If I add the pressure, I'm also out-centering. Turning the wrist, it loads me for another cut. Now I've implemented the live hand. Up until this point, I've been working on somewhat largo range, getting in with the cut, out in here, going into neutral, going in a little bit deeper, making my body cut, turning the hand, cutting and checking, going to the thrust point now, moving in to disrupt the base, pin his foot, knock him off balance. A lot of things. Once the engagement happens, interaction is awesome. I mean, especially in the training mode here, how far you can go just developing your own essential skills, bridging the distance, going from a largo off a slash 1, coming in tighter on 2, inserting a thrust, cutting back off that line, cutting off that line. Going into a higher thrust, cutting down, breaking the base, maybe poking the eye, and going in for a low line thrust. They're all killing lines. There's no question about it.